people are off for their morning walks and jogs. It's a routine morning for the Ahmedabadis. But the health and sanitation teams of the Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation are already on their feet, starting their long day on a challenge to keep the city rid of open defecation. Ahmedabad city was recently declared as free from open defecation. But the city now is gearing up for the next challenge and reaching out to citizens for the sustained use of toilets. The city has understood that the efforts for an ODF city do not end with just construction of toilets, but that of engaging with the citizens and ensuring access to the toilets. Ahmedabad, Mahatma Gandhi's Karma Bhumi, the city from where the father of the nation spearheaded the freedom movement. Ahmedabad is a city where the old and the new coexist. A city with many firsts to its name, be it the country's first municipal bond, or the BRTS system, or the first modern riverfront development. And now, one of the first large cities to be declared free of open defecation. Under the Swachh Bharat mission's objective of achieving an open defecation-free society, the Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation set its aim to become free of open defecation by 2016, 3 years before the final timeline. So, the city geared up an intensive action plan and rolled out activities in the last 2 years. Ahmedabad was declared ODF in 4 phases over a 4-month period. However easy as it might appear for Ahmedabad having become ODF, actually the task was not as simple. Like the rest of Gujarat state, efforts for realizing Gandhiji's vision of a clean and sanitized society in Ahmedabad city have been long started with the Nirmal Gujarat Sauchalaya scheme for toilets introduced by the state government in 2005. In 2012, this was renamed as the Mahatma Gandhi Swachhata Mission.
Mr. Narendra Modi was our Chief Minister. He initiated the Swachh Gujarat Andolan, and along with the national program, we started our activities of making Gujarat a clean state. Later, we improved upon and added some of the new parameters of checks and balance. As a result, it was very easy for us when Government of India has announced the Swachh Bharat mission.
In fact, for Ahmedabad, it would be correct to say that the push for improving sanitation conditions in the city started way back in 1996 with the slum networking program.
Ahmedabad did not achieve ODF status overnight. It had a long history, and it has a long history of concentrated efforts towards making city clean and OD free. I would attribute it to year 1996, since the Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation started slum networking program. It is also known as Parivartan, where an NGO group, a local government and citizens came together and worked towards making slums much more livable, much more healthier environments.
We talked with the residents over here, and they said that, they would certainly, be happy if they would able to get, the basic services. And they were willing to pay for it. They said, we don't expect to get these services for free. This was way back in 1996. We talked with the Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation, and we came out with what is known as the slum networking program, in which the residents would pay 2,000 rupees per household. The Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation would pay the remaining 4,000 rupees.
The program improved lives of more than 13,000 families across some 60 slums in the city.
जो बाहर से कोई लोग आते थे तो उन लोगों को ऐसा था कि नहीं, वहाँ गुप्ता नगर में तो लड़की नहीं देनी चाहिए, वहाँ तो कुछ सगवड़ नहीं है, यहाँ लड़कियाँ पूरे दिन पानी में ही उसका टाइम जाता है, थक जाती है, बीमार पड़ जाती है, ये सब प्रॉब्लम था। तो ये सब सगवड़ आई तो अभी सामने से ही लोगों बोलते हैं कि नहीं, वहाँ मतलब सब सुविधा है, हमारी बेटियों को बाहर नहीं जाना पड़ेगा, घर में सब सुविधा है और अपने बच्चों पे वो ध्यान दे पाएगी। तो अभी यहाँ शादियाँ के भी मतलब वो भी होता है।
The corporation also introduced an easy instrument to enable slum dwellers get necessary permissions for their water supply, sewage and electricity connection applications with what was called 500 NOC.
Basically, it means 500 no objection certificate. 500 is the amount of rupees to be paid for a no objection certificate, and Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation giving that permission against that NOC that yes, you can build your own toilets. That is again a very important step to allow citizens to participate in the process of provision of toilets in the city.
By the time the Swachh Bharat mission was launched, Ahmedabad had already provided individual household toilets to more than 35,000 households. Thus, the city already had created a solid base for itself by 2014. The ODF strategy of Ahmedabad had the following key components: taking a ward-by-ward approach, ensuring individual toilets to all, provision and improvements in public and community toilets, massive IEC and behavior change campaign, engaging students in municipal schools in water and sanitation, implementing the public health bylaws and strict fines.
हमने सर्वे की एक्टिविटी की थी, पे हर एक घर में पूछते हैं कि उनके घर में टॉयलेट है कि नहीं। तो ऐसे एक सर्वे की एक्टिविटी हमने करीब 10 साल पहले की थी और वहाँ से सब जगह पे हमने टॉयलेट कंस्ट्रक्शन वहाँ पे करवाए। इसके अलावा हमने न्यूज़पेपर में भी काफ़ी सारा पब्लिसाइज किया, काफ़ी सारी एडवर्टाइजमेंट की कि जिनके भी घर में इंडिविजुअल टॉयलेट नहीं है तो हमको सिर्फ एक छोटी सी एप्लीकेशन करें, हम लोग वहाँ पे इंडिविजुअल टॉयलेट वहाँ पे बनवा के देंगे।
How do you know the toilets are not there? It's not adequate. When you see open defecation spots. So what we have done is we have surveyed each and every open defecation spot in the city.
Open defecation spots in the city, we started putting them on a GIS map of Ahmedabad. And when we overlaid it with all the slums, all the slum-like settlements and all the public toilets and community toilets which are there in the city. And that's when we began to understand that what is the reason that people are defecating here. Do they lack individual toilets, or do they lack public toilets, community toilets, or that the facilities are so bad that they cannot be used. Also ensure that we get the correct locations of OD spots, or to get the correct locations of all the public toilets, community toilets. We used our in-house app which we have made. We call it the UMC City Collect. And when we have these geotagged locations and the geotagged photographs, it's very easy to then put it on a GIS based map and then work on the map.
By this, the city corporation got a clear understanding of each and every parameter, lack of which could result in lack of access to toilet, poor infrastructure, improper functional timings, user charges, safety, etc. This also resulted into a clear, actionable agenda to resolve all such issues.
कॉर्पोरेशन में अभी 325 जितने पहले पे एंड यूज टॉयलेट थे, तो उसमें से करीब 145 जितने पे एंड यूज टॉयलेट है, उन सबको हमने टोटली फ्री कर दिया है।
How does then the business model sustain? We pay 25,000 per month to these toilets as user charges on behalf of the citizens. So making toilets available at any cost is more important than thinking of the money in it.
अगर बच्चे के ज़्यादातर पे एंड यूज या टॉयलेट है उनके बाहर बैठते थे, उनके लिए हमने भी एक स्कीम रखी कि यूज एंड गेट। अगर वो टॉयलेट का यूज़ करे तो उनको 1 रुपीज़ हम देंगे, तो जिसको रुपया नहीं चाहिए उसको हमने चॉकलेट भी दी।
कंस्ट्रक्शन साइट है, कोई माइग्रेशन पॉपुलेशन है, तो वहाँ पे भी उन लोगों को टॉयलेट की फैसिलिटी मिल सके, इसलिए कॉर्पोरेशन ने करीब 50 से ऊपर मोबाइल टॉयलेट की फैसिलिटी अवेलेबल की है।
The city also tries to keep all its public toilets and urinals clean so that they are used.
Corporation helped us in constructing toilet at this place. 4 to 5 families in our Thakurwas do not have individual toilets and they use this community toilet regularly. Corporation is regular with water supply and cleaning the toilet. We are satisfied. Nobody defecates in the open and everyone uses the toilet.
Open defecation mate
We check the toilets in the morning, afternoon and even in the evening when we leave for our homes. Many times after some late meetings, we first check these toilets and then go home.
checking કરીને ઘરે જઈએ છે.
Nuisance tankers clean these toilets at least once in a day. They are fit with a GPS device and are tracked back at the control room in the corporation office. To ensure cleanliness is maintained, the city enables citizens who use the toilet to easily lodge complaints and suggestions. It has a helpline at every toilet, calling on which a control room in the corporation office coordinates rectification of the issue. Not just that, the city is still roping in NGOs that work with the communities and school children to inculcate sustained practices in safe sanitation.
अहमदाबाद म्यूनसिपल कॉरपोरेशन में आईसी एक्टिविटी जो भी करनी है तो एक कंपोनेंट बहुत ही ये फ्रूटफुल रहा कि जो भी स्लम पॉकेट है कि वहाँ पे बच्चों द्वारा ओपन डिफिकेशन होता था तो वहाँ पे हम लोगों ने छोटे छोटे प्लेस किए कि वहाँ पे उनकी लैंग्वेज में उनको समझ आ सके ऐसे प्ले भी हमने अरेंज किए थे.
Children in the municipal schools are taught healthy practices in sanitation and they are trained to be messengers of change in their neighborhood so that school kids who come from slums and slum-like settlements get habituated to using toilets from an early age.
The Asal program has been going on since 2 years now, wherein we make Swachhta Brigade in the school. From every class we choose 1 to 2 students in this Swachhta Brigade.
Whatever has been taught to us in the Swachhta Brigade, I tell that to everyone, anyone in my colony throwing waste. I tell them you should throw it in the garbage. I tell them you should do these.
Since in the last phase, toilet coverage was nearly comprehensive, the corporation campaigned massively across the city. The corporation has an army of 82 such guards across slums, where the tendency for open defecation is perceived to be the most stubborn.
We are working here since last 2 years. Earlier, people didn't listen to us, but then we became strict.
Now everything is good. There is a Sulabh toilet and we direct people here.
It becomes very important for any city government to undertake assessments. Ahmedabad did city sanitation plan, public toilet and community toilet audit, the understanding of manual scavenging and preparing of its action plan for eradication, and OD spot surveys. So I would attribute a great deal to the corporation that they were forthcoming and they were thinking about studies and its help in systematically going ahead in preparing for OD free status or even clean Ahmedabad status.
The ODF free has been one milestone achieved by the AMC. The other subsequent challenge for the city would be to maintain ODF status on a continuous and sustainable basis over a period of time. Every 6 months' time, the third-party certification by QCI will be looking at the ODF status of the city. So next 3 years would be pretty challenging times again, where the AMC would be working in the direction of keeping the ODF status city on a sustainable basis.
After all the efforts that AMC has made through all these years, the city has been declared free of open defecation. But the AMC teams have not relaxed. After this initial success, the city has already geared up for the next challenge. The challenge of continuing to build more toilets for the growing populations. The challenge of explaining people on continuing use of toilets. And the challenge of sustaining the ODF status.
एक कदम
स्वच्छ भारत का इरादा कर लिया हमने देश से अपने ये वादा कर लिया हमने स्वच्छ भारत का इरादा कर लिया हमने देश से अपने ये वादा कर लिया हमने
स्वच्छ भारत का